Welcome to 3DOptix tutorials. Today we are going to review the 3D visual layout in 3DOptix. I have pre-populated a file so we can move right into the project. Go ahead and click. So the 3D layout can be manipulated in a few ways. The first is to use your mouse to rotate, zoom, and pan. Let's go ahead and rotate and also zoom in and out, and we can pan around the optical breadboard. If you look at the top of the taskbar on the right over here, the mouse icon, a tooltip will come up that says mouse controls, and if we click on that, this will bring up what the mouse buttons actually do in the visual layout. Okay, so that's helpful. Now let's close this down. Another option here is to select the eye icon at the bottom left of the project area. So down here, see there's an eye icon, says camera view. If we click on this camera view, we will see some nice options for different views of the project. Note that there are two tabs at the top here, XYZ and Theta Phi, so we have a couple different options to work with. We will start with the XYZ view tab. We have the isometric view, which is our current view, the XY view, YZ view, and XZ view. Finally, we have the four panes view. Now this is a great view if we want to take images of our optical system to download into presentations or save for later viewing. And in the four panes view, the only view that you'll be able to change is the ISO view. All the rest are static views. Okay, so let's go back and change it to isometric view again. And let's go back and look at that other tab, the Theta Phi tab. Now this is going to give you the exact same view, they're just named differently. So we have the front view, the right view, and the top view. Four panes view will be the same, and so will the isometric view. So a couple different options depending on what you like to use. In the bottom corner of the design space, we see this cube that represents the coordinates. If we rotate the view around, we see the coordinate cube rotates with it. If we select one of the faces, we will snap to that view so we're looking down the opposite side view of the axis we are selecting. Let's try that again. So we've clicked on the minus z axis and we're actually looking at the positive z axis or down the positive z axis. You may get this backwards a few times, but once you get used to how this view works, it makes sense. So if we rotate around, we can see we're actually looking down the positive z-axis when we click on the negative z-axis face. Okay, so let's move up to the toolbar at the top left. We see a couple extra options for the 3D visual layout. We have zoom in button, a zoom out button, and also a zoom to fit button. So the zoom to fit button will give you a good layout of all your optics. You do want to be careful not to place objects too far out of the optical system and later forget to delete them or move them back into your optical system. If you do this and hit the zoom to fit button, it will zoom out until all your optics are viewable. So let me show you an example. So we have a couple mirrors here. Now if I move this mirror all the way out of the optical system and I zoom back in and I hit the zoom to fit button, it's actually going to zoom out so all my optics are viewable. So again, just be careful that if you do have optics on the edge that you like to place outside for later use, that if you're using this button, you do realize it will zoom you all the way out. Okay, let's move that optic back. Great. And we'll zoom back into the optical system. Okay, now if we hit zoom to fit again, it will fit our optical systems in here. There are a lot of ways to alter the view in 3DOptix, and I hope this gets you acquainted with them for better visuals and understanding of the system.